Y'all, let me tell you this one word that kind of messed me up within the last 24 hours. That word obligation. Being obligated. Man, I messed myself up, honey. Let me tell y'all something. I get up in my thoughts. But that word obligation got a lot of people in a lot of fucked up relationships being obligated. Not in love, but the fact that they feel obligated to stay with them. Maybe because of an old promise. Maybe because they was the only one in the dog fight when they was going through the trenches. And they feel obligated. Let me tell you this. I had to think on something. I have a friend girl that was going through college with her baby daddy. And he was going to med school. And the dude didn't have no money, and she was helping him with the exams and his homework, staying up late at night. And then when he became a doctor, of course, you know, his wings started to spread, and they was from the country. And, you know, he started flying with his frat brothers and stuff like that. He started meeting elite people and stuff like that because he's a doctor. But my homegirl, somewhere down the line, he started leaving her behind. He didn't feel like that. You know, he felt cool with her. He cared about her, but he wasn't in love with her no more. He didn't love her because they started growing apart. Okay? But somewhere in his heart, he felt obligated. He didn't want to hurt her. See, it's something about obligation and loyalty. They run parallel to one another. Okay? You can have a great amount of loyalty to somebody, and you have a great amount of obligations to do something for this person. So he stayed with her, but he didn't love her. He just didn't want to hurt her because she had been through it all with him going through med school. But he was cheating on her, and to the point to where he left. Her heart was broken, but she couldn't stay because he was cheating on her and he didn't love her. But he was obligated. There's this one other actor the same way, but he loved his wife. But I just want to use his situation as an example. He said that he's in love with his wife. But he also said that he owed his wife his life because she put her life on hold so he can live his and become an actor, to live out his dreams. So he said that he owed this woman his life. Okay, so sometimes people be in that type of situation and they feel obligated to stay. Man. So obligation is kind of like, I don't love them, but I don't want to hurt them. I feel like I owe them something. And this is why there's a lot of relationships as in situationships because of that word obligation. People are obligated. I have ex that's married, but they both went into their separate ways, but he's still there. Whether they live in the same room or, separate rooms. But he wants to be there because he don't want her to be a single mother. He wants to be there to raise their children. No love there, though. They had love, but no more love. But he wants to be there because he's obligated for the children's sake. Isn't that something? People can be obligated. And this is how people stay stuck. People stay stuck because they feel like they're obligated to do something for that person who's been there. and they feel like they owe them something. They want them to, and you know what, women, we'll be some kind of, we'll be some kind of way too, because we'll hold men. When you know that that man don't love you, we want them to be the man of their word. They promise you something, but you know that that man don't love them, but you say, get the feeling back. Get the feeling back. You promised me this. And because of the obligation, he feel obligated, and the obligation, they'll go ahead and bring her along for the ride, but there's no love in it. Isn't that something? Obligation. People can be obligated to you, but really don't love you. It's something kind of like sympathy. Kind of like, man, I can't do this to her. Man. But he might be feeling something towards another person, but he can't act on that because this one right here been holding him down, but he don't love her. They don't love him. Obligation. It's because of that obligation, loyalty. That's a strong word, obligation. People is in a lot of situationships and a lot of relationships out of obligations. A promise, an old promise. Something that somebody did for them for a very long time and they feel obligated to stay. Ain't that something? You can have soulmates. You can have bond ships. But because of somebody was there before you were, they feel obligated. Wow. Obligation and loyalty. Those two things right there can keep people in situations where they should have left. I dig that.